Hey there, it's Mac from the GameWeenies, and this isn't strictly game related, but what the hey. This is a TIE Interceptor vehicle that I got in probably 2009, 2010. I fully intended on opening it up and messing around with it, but never got a chance to. I was cleaning up recently and found it in the box, so I figured let's open it up. Apparently this has been released a few different times, but this is the 2009 version that was only available at Toys R Us. And let's stop talking and just look at it. A lot of popular Star Wars toys and vehicles tend to be re-released now and again. The TIE Interceptor is no exception. The TIE Interceptor was originally released as a vehicle shortly after Return of the Jedi came out in theaters. Usually when they re-release these toys, they use the same molds or they alter them a bit differently, but usually the packaging is the biggest giveaway. As I said, this was released in 2009, and the packaging here ties into the Clone Wars TV series, which was out at the time. Although this model does not include any light or sound effects like the 1980s version, it does include a TIE Fighter pilot figurine. So, let's open it up. So I'm going to notch away the tape here on both sides. And let's try and open this carefully. Okay. Well, you can see the wings right there. Let's see. Does this whole thing slide out? The wings slide out. Looks like that Halo shield sword thing. I don't know. Okay. Here's the other wing. Okay, and we have the main part and the little cockpit here. Interesting. Let's put that over here. And we have the little figure that's strapped to the door here. That's interesting. No booklet or manual or stickers or anything else. Just the parts. This little character guy. I'm gonna try and free this TIE pilot here. Might need some scissors. Hold on. Okay, so we have the cockpit with these cardboard holders on the end of them. So that's interesting. And interesting that what is this? There's a rubber band around this. Something shaking in here. Okay, we have a piece of cardboard. That is what's moving around in here. Okay, you got some cool detail inside of it. I'll show you in a bit. That's pretty cool that the light goes through the cockpit here. You can see the other side. It looks dark, but when you open it up, it's clear. Some of the older TIE Fighter toys had this as a cutout, so there was nothing in between here, but I like that better. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's put these wings on. Okay, it looks like this is going to be pretty simple. They can only go in one way. Okay, we have half a TIE Interceptor assembled. Okay, we have the full TIE Interceptor assembled. That's pretty cool. I really like that. This is pretty neat. One of my favorite ships from Return of the Jedi. I picked up the TIE Interceptor because I didn't always see it on the toy shelves, and they seem to command a high price on eBay, so when I saw it for about $50 at Toys R Us back in 2009 or so, I picked it up. I really like this TIE Interceptor a lot. The details are nice, the scale is good. My only thought is that maybe it would have been nice to have some sound effects or light effects, but you do get a figure, so that's pretty cool. It's definitely not a deal breaker. It's interesting to note here that it looks like, unless that's just the design of it, that the wings were made from the same mold. You can see there's this detail here. And this is at the top part. On here it's on the bottom. Then you can notice I guess the guns here, or whatever these are. There's the top part sticks out a little bit more than the bottom here. And on the other wing it's the opposite. So it's a little odd that, I guess as a cost saving measure, they just mold the wing at the same way, or maybe they did something to it. But, well, whatever. It's a minor thing I noticed. I don't think anyone else will notice that. Let's see. It stands on its own pretty well. That's pretty neat. Cool. And just like the other TIE fighters, some of the other toys, these are little buttons here. If you push that, wow, that's pretty cool. The wings eject with a lot of force too. Yeah, there's a little spring in there. If you could see, this little spring. That's pretty cool. I remember, maybe just because they've been played with for so many years, but the TIE Fighter toy I had from '95, the wings would just kind of flop off. But wow, that's powerful. that ejects pretty well. Okay, so let's get this pilot out of here. He should be free now. Let's release his... I'm assuming it's him. I don't know what type of a figure this guy is. This guy or girl. And he has a little... He or she has a little gun here. Well, this is annoying. This little gun has rubber bands on each side of the gun. This is going to be annoying to get off. I don't really care for these elastic holders. I would prefer those strings or twist ties or something else. Those are much easier to take apart. Alright, now the gun is free. Although it's a little bent, but I guess that's not too bad. Nothing bending in the opposite direction won't fix. Okay, so we got our figure out of the box. We have our TIE Interceptor vehicle here. That's pretty cool. So the helmet comes off of the figure. If you could see that. And it is attached to the chest, but if you wiggle this back and forth, the piece comes off. So that's pretty neat. And then the gun, there's a little holster on the belt here. And you can see if we could fit the gun in there. Yeah. It's a little bent there, but that's whatever. Hopefully he won't need to use it. He will be in a TIE Fighter. Let's put your helmet back on. And see, your gun's falling out already. Bad. You should stick with your gun. If you get blown out of your TIE Fighter, you might need it. Okay, so let's see. Let's see how this fits in the cockpit. The more I look at this thing, the more I like it. It's just one of my favorite ships. Alright, so let's take a look at the cockpit first. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool stickers and detail inside of the cockpit. You have the seat where the figure sits. You have the joysticks for the gun. You have the window at the front. That's really neat. You know, that's a really nice touch. I think some of the older TIE Fighter vehicles, you'd have to put the stickers in yourself, and you can never quite reach your fingers in there to put the stickers in. So that's a really nice detail. I like that. That's really cool. It looks like the seat moves, although I can't quite... I don't want to break it. Does it eject? Let's see. Okay, I should have read the box because the seat does come out. Removable seat and retractable cannons. I did not see that. So let's see. How do you retract the cannons? I'm assuming you just pull them. There's no button or anything. Yeah, there we go. If we can do that without ripping them off. Okay. All right. So the cannons extract. That's pretty neat. So how does this seat come off? This is why I wish there was a little booklet or something that came with this. Maybe there is and it just didn't come in on my model, but how do we get this seat out of there? Okay, it seems like you just pull it out. And there's a little fastener on the bottom, so it stays in. Now we get a better look of the cockpit here. Okay, so yeah, the seat just snaps into the bottom there. Alright, let's put our figure in the seat, and I guess we could put the seat in the TIE Fighter. Okay, so we have the seat removed from the TIE Fighter, the TIE Interceptor rather, and the figure. He's quite posable, that's cool. There's bendable knees, and bendable arms too. Full rotation on the arms. That's a very nice detailed figure. I think it was a repackage of a previous figure that they released, but very nice. Usually they cheap out if they're including a figure. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if this fits. It's a little tight with the blaster on his belt there, but whatever. Alright, so his knees actually bend when he's in the chair. That's pretty cool. And let's see if we could bend your arms, because you're going to have to pilot this machine. And okay, this arm bends. Whoa! I got his hand off by mistake. Okay, why will this arm bend? Oh, there it is. It's just, I guess I twirled it around in a weird way. Okay, or he has two left arms or whatever, but alright, that's good. Okay, let's put him in the TIE Fighter. Let's see if that can go in. Alright, I think that's as good as we're going to get it. Well, he looks nice and snug in there. Maybe there's some room for a sandwich or something to keep him occupied during his long flight. Okay, cockpit snaps down. Very cool. Well, there you have it. There's the TIE Interceptor. I really like this. It's really cool. It's a good size. It's easy to handle. Gave you a little figurine. The wings pop out with some satisfaction. There's a good level of detail on it, and I like the little features like the retractable cannons, the canopy opening, that little see-through plastic there, the seat removing, and the inclusion of the figure. I think this is really cool. If you find one of these or the repackaged version or any of the recent models they come out with, they're probably quite similar. Maybe they're not identical, but I always liked the TIE Interceptor itself, and I thought this was really cool. I'm glad I opened it, and I'll find a cool place to display it. Maybe I'll hang it from the wall or the ceiling or something like that. But yeah, cool. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this little video. If I find anything else that's cool in the box, I'll take it out and maybe do a little video about it. But until then, thanks for watching. Pew, 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 pew.